everybody? Welcome to BioS3 Nature Walk TV. Today we're going to be doing a nature walk, a hike through the Shenandoah. No, I'm kidding. That's not what we're doing today. Well, actually, what we're doing today is something very special, very different. So I should give you a little bit of background on my man Carly. So Carly is my tattoo artist, the one that's put about 90% of the ink on my body. And Carly has been overweight for most of his life. He struggled with obesity, etc. And recently, actually we can't keep walking that way because I know the sun. All right, we'll go this way then. And recently, I posted something on Instagram that said something to the effect, and I'm going to paraphrase this thing, said, most people would kill for their kids, however, they won't change their diets. And Carly has a couple kids, or has a kid or two kids, I have to check on that one, and a wife, who are, he said, an amazing family. And he knows now that basically, if he doesn't get control over himself, the way he eats and stuff, he may not be here long term for his family. So he was well over 300 pounds. I think it was around the 330 mark. And he's getting down a little bit now. And he's chosen to go in for the weight loss surgery, which he didn't think that I would support, which I thought was interesting, you know, like, because I just feel like if it's a tool that you need to do and that works for you, then I think you should do it, right? So he hit me up and said, you know, that post was really powerful. It really made me think, you know, I need your help. And I was like, you know what? I'm there. So today we're going to drive to Alexandria. I'm in Fairfax. We're going to drive to Alexandria today. And he's got like a gym set up at his house and stuff. But he's already down like 20 pounds. So he's already doing well on his own. And what we're going to do is going to go through, show him some exercises and stuff like that. Get him on track so we can lose a little bit of the weight before the surgery to make him more successful after the surgery. And then, you know, go over some stuff with diet and stuff with him. But just get his backstory and what is going through his mind. Now, I thought it was interesting because he's not like in the fitness industry. He's not like, you know, the people that we see at the expos and stuff. He's an individual who's out there just making a living. He's a great tattoo artist, an amazing tattoo artist. That's why he does all my ink. And he's a family man. He's worried about his family, his health long-term, and his family. And to me, those things are super important now. You know, they weren't when I was younger. It was more about just doing the bodybuilding stuff. But now we see Jessica. Jessica back there is little Gordon. We have this little Jack Russell Terrier puppy in our neighborhood. That's his mom. So, yeah, that stuff is important to me nowadays. And I think as I get older, I think that, you know, it's more and more apparent that the stuff that we do when we're younger affects us when we're older, and it fucks us up. So we're going to go out there today, and we're going to hook up with Carly and get him on track. And now what we're going to do is, part of the reason we're doing this is Carly himself had said that he has a hard time staying on track and staying motivated. We're going to be documenting his journey so that he is forced to be in the public eye, so it forces him to stay on track. Once you are forced to stay on track for a certain period of time, it becomes automatic. So our goal is to get him to the point where he can do this on his own and not have to have a camera in his face, not have to be online. I thought, you know what, like a lot of people are just into using YouTube and stuff for attention or like business. And I'm like, this can actually change Carly's life, and you guys will be able to be a part of that. That's the awesome part. You guys will be a part of changing Carly's life just by watching and supporting him and giving him the thumbs up. When he reads those comments in the video and stuff, give him the thumbs up. Tell him he's doing fucking great. You know what I mean? Like, this is a way for all of us to come together to help one individual who asked for help. That's the thing. You know, a lot of people need help, but they don't ask. They're too embarrassed. You know, their egos are too big. That's not Carly. Carly's a great guy at heart, and we're going to fucking help him. Me, you, and everybody else. So let's go. All right, let's see if I can back up out of this garage without fucking crashing into everything. Or anything. You guys can't even see me, right? Is that better? No, fucking none of it's better. Whatever. All right. Let's get out of here. This here says we get about 20 minutes till we get to Carly's house. With 16 miles. So now, where you live, 16 miles might take you 10 minutes. Here in the DMV, 20-minute minimum. This is because there's no traffic right now. With traffic, you're looking at 35 to 40 minutes. All right, y'all, this is Carly. You guys may remember him tattooing 80% of my body. So Carly, you know, introduce yourself, and let's get the whole backstory. You know, I've given a little bit of an intro, but let's give the whole backstory, man.
Backstory as of why did I decide to do
everything?
This?
You know, like, you know, growing up, did you have trouble losing weight growing up, or was it?
I was always like, when growing up, you know, back in the day, I was not fat like I am now, clearly, but I was never the skinny kid. You know, I was always a chubby kid with the titties. You know, like, oh look, you're fat, Dad. That was me. For some reason, that never really bothered me. I never been afraid of being the fat in the room. Like, I'm pretty secure for myself. I got lucky enough to grow up with a family that that showed me to be very dependent at a very young age. Started working with my dad at the age of 13. Every Saturday, I will help him out with his heavy machinery. Then I started working at a bakery, and then at the same time I was working as a building a highway back in Puerto Rico, which is where I'm from. From there, I started playing in bands. I got to meet my wife while being in the United States. She was in Puerto Rico. We talked on the phone for 7 months. We met. I moved to Puerto Rico because I wanted to be with her. And not soon after that, I found, I became an apprentice to becoming a tattoo artist. Not long after that, I decided that after I was done with my apprenticeship, I wanted to move to the United States because I wanted to look for something, for better opportunities, which I have found, and I've been very lucky to have them. With tattooing comes sitting in chairs for too many hours, eating terrible food, which, well, clearly, when you already have problems with issues, that doesn't help. So, in a span of 12 years, I went from 180 pounds. That's usually where I was at always when in my 20s. To 324 pounds. That's been the heaviest that I've ever been. And I got to meet Gary, 5 years ago?
Yeah, like I think it was 2014, I think?
Something like that.
Yeah, 2014, 15, 16, 17, 18. Yeah, 2014, because I started getting tattooed when I retired from competing, yeah.
We became really good friends since then, and we always stay in contact. Doesn't matter where I was, whether I was in the state or I was, doing something, we always in contact. And I think I did the original approach to him like a few years back, but I don't think I wasn't ready mentally until now.
I told them about the meme. Like the meme pretty much set the whole thing off.
That Jerry posted a meme that says, funny how parents will give their lives for their kids, but none of them will actually stay healthy for them. And that shocked me. That hit me hard.
I didn't think anything about that meme either. Like, I just put it up because I think it's something it's a general thing I think people realize. And so many people, like, were just like, holy shit, I never thought about it. It never clicked,
That meme hit me hard. Because it's so... I will never think that I will identify myself just by looking at a meme. I don't know. So, recently, I was already like... I made a decision that I wanted to change my life, right? And I decided that I want to do what's it called? The stomach surgery.
Is it the gastric bypass, or is it the lap band?
No, it's you know what? I'll tell you. It's called, this is a bariatric referral.
Okay.
From a doctor, for me to find the right surgeon to do the surgery. I decided that I wanted to do that, which I went and had my first appointment already, and everything is good to go. I just need to find a doctor and do it. But I also know that when you do something drastic like that, you're gonna lose weight, but you're gonna look like shit, right? And we don't want that. We want to look good. But over all of that, in my mind, I felt that I neglected somebody really important in my life, and that's my wife. She's always been, you gotta stay healthy, you gotta do good for yourself, because our life depends on you. And she always told me that, and I never really, I listened, but I took it for granted. And now is the time where I need to put my priorities first, and my family is everything to me. So I need to make a change for myself and for them. And yeah.
It's tough, man. Sometimes we just run ourselves on the ground and we don't think about ourselves too much. We're just tough. We just keep going, working, and
that's seriously
we just get it done, you know. But then when you really stop and look, it's like, well, what am I getting this all done for?
Yeah.
So I can have a place for my family to live, my family to eat, you know, go and spend time with them, you know, like you basically everything we do is for our family, right? It's for ourselves, but we like to be with our family. We want to be with the family, you know.
I put my focus on not the wrong thing, because those are things that needed to be done.
Right.
But I forgot about myself while doing that.
Which I think happens to a lot of people.
And that was my mistake.
And I think that, I mean, that's why we're doing this today. Like, I think honestly, like I told you, I think once people see this, it might, you know, because once one person does one thing, usually opens up you know, people go, okay, I'm not the only one. You know what I mean? So I think, you know, first of all, thank you for doing it, you know, and it's brave, you know, coming on here and saying things that are personal to you, you know, and you're putting out there to the public. Like, thousands of people are going to see this, and hopefully through that, some of those thousands of people may go, oh, I remember Carly did this, Carly did that, you know? So let's see what we can do, man, you know?
I'm down.
So when does the surgery take place?
Well, I still have to make the appointment with the first doctor and then start from there. I know that there's like a 6 months period.
Yeah.
Because, you know, you have to go through therapists. They have to, basically you have to prove them that you want that change. And one of those changes is that you have to lose weight.
Right.
First on yourself. So I was like, I'm not gonna wait to go see a doctor for him to tell me you gotta lose weight.
Right.
And you're gonna start doing now. Because you said something very important, that is like you have to rewire yourself.
Right.
So that's what I'm doing. I'm rewiring myself.
It's a change of lifestyle.
Yeah.
Because if you go back to the old habits, we actually have friends, Aaron and I have friends that have had the bypass surgery and stuff, the bariatric surgery and stuff. And some of them are doing really well, like amazing. And some of them really haven't listened to the doctors. So what they do is they start slowly eating things, you know, in smaller amounts that they shouldn't eat. And what that does is trigger something in your brain to want more. And then eventually it stretches the stomach out again. And then the surgery is for nothing, but you can't have the surgery again. It's a one and done deal. So it's like, unless you change the lifestyle and change the way that your thought process is, you know what I mean, you wind up getting yourself in a spot where next time it wouldn't work. So I mean, it's absolutely, you know, you're correct. It's absolutely a big part of it is rewiring your brain. And getting to the point where you know, learning how to control things. And, you know, and a lot of people don't like to look at foods as like good or bad foods, you know. I say bad foods are the ones that trigger you into not being able to keep control. You know, like not everybody's going to say like, you know, cookies are bad or pizza's bad. For me, I like tacos. Tacos are my thing, man. Like I'll overeat till I almost get sick. So I try to avoid tacos, you know, as much as possible, you know, or I just get myself in a spot, you know.
Just like I'm just sort of like tricking my body into little things that I know.
Well, once your mind goes, your body follows your mind. Your mind is what controls everything. Controls your body, controls your thoughts, controls everything. So once you have your mind set and rewired, your body's going to follow it. It has no choice, you know.
I've been, you know, like the other day, like I said, like I told you, I went to a restaurant and I got a burger and then I grab it like that and I go like, no. So I got rid of the bread. And instead of ordering fries, I ordered asparagus.
And how did you feel eating that? Was it weird?
Not at all.
Really?
Not at all.
So you're focused. It's not weird because you're focused.
It didn't feel weird at all. Like yesterday I had tacos, and you know how normally I would eat like, first of all, normally I would eat like 4 to 5 tacos. I only ordered 3 tacos, and you know how they normally give you 2 tortillas? I took 1 out of each taco, and just like little things. It's
like small steps. It's you can't just jump into it all at once. It'll never work. I feel like, and I don't know if it's true or not, but I feel like your brain and your body goes into shock when you try to do too much at one time. And you wind up failing. You know, you wind up struggling.
I did it before.
So it's like now by doing like the little things, you know, it's going to take longer to get to where you want to be, but when you're there, it's more sustainable and you'll be all right. Awesome. Well, let's go in the gym. Let's see where you're at now, and we'll make a few adjustments, and then we'll be off and rolling.
All right. So this is Carly's apartment gym. Okay, not like a full. It's not Gold's Gym, but this is the apartment gym. Are you kidding me? Like, it's got a full-size Smith machine in here. A Life Fitness full-size Smith machine with all your dumbbells and stuff. They have a stair mill, treadmills. They have all your Life Fitness benches and stuff. You've got to be kidding me, man. They have a row machine, a press machine, leg extension, shoulder press. So back there, leg curl, pec deck, rear delts, lat pull down, and then upstairs, up here, there's more treadmills and stuff. Oh, dude, you're golden. You never have to leave here ever. Like, you're good to go forever, man. All right, let's start out with, why don't you show me what you've been doing right now, and we'll go from there.
Man, I've just been doing cardio. Basically 2.5 and then 3.0 elevated a little bit for 1 hour.
You do an hour straight?
Yeah, an hour
Now, was that doctor's recommendation, or was that...
No, that's just me.
It's just you. So you can do an hour, no problem right now? How you feel?
I mean, at the beginning, like, I always have issues with this knee.
Okay.
This is the knee that do you remember when I fell?
No.
So I fell, I hurt my knee really bad. They told me it was broken, but it wasn't. So this knee's always been an issue since then. Yeah, at the beginning it was hurting, but now it's fine.
Shit. So as you've come down in weight, though, how much weight have you lost so far?
Well, I was at 324, and now I'm at 306.
So you're almost down 20 pounds. That's going to make you feel better, too. Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, I feel it. The other day, I was wearing a North Face jacket that I used to wear back in the day, but it was like super tight, and now it fits me. Like, there's space. I was like, whoa, that's only 20 pounds.
It's a good feeling, right? Yeah, it is. I mean, even 5 pounds. So if I go from 210 to 215, I have like sleep apnea, like all kinds of crazy stuff. That 5 pounds can make a huge difference.
Oh, dude, it feels great, for sure. When I told my wife, she didn't even believe me. So I was like, oh, wait.
Here, you're sure
Wait, and I stepped on the scale. She was like, whoa.
Well, it's good that you got good equipment too, the Life Fitness treadmills and stuff too. So what we'll do today is, you've been doing the cardio yourself, which is, that's not hard to figure out. What we're gonna do is gonna show you a couple different exercises today, and we're gonna piece some stuff together.
All right.
All right. All right. All right. Let's sit in that right now. This is the chest press. Let's see where that's set up for. As far as pressing. All right, and put your hands on the handles and see that. Okay, so what we want to do is we usually set this right about the lower pec line over here. All right, so that's pretty much set exactly right there what you want to do. Arch your back a little bit. Good. Now just push it straight up. Good. And then right back down, nice and easy. How does that feel? Does it feel awkward? Does it feel weird at all?
No.
Okay, so if you were out of place on the machine at all, like the way you were sitting or whatever, it would feel awkward.
Okay.
When you're in the proper form, it actually feels natural. I don't know why it's like that. Even for a beginner, it's like that. The idea is eventually you want to build that weight up. Like we're starting very light just to get the movements down. So let's start out here. When you come in here, hit this for 15 repetitions.
Okay.
And then we'll move on to the next one. So start out with kind of circuit training. One exercise, one set, move on to the next exercise, next set, and we'll kind of rotate them like that. And eventually start building up the sets, building up the reps. And you might be a little stiff tomorrow from this too, because this is working things a little bit differently. That's it, nice and easy. Always control, always stay in control of the weight. And if something feels too heavy, drop the weight.
Yeah.
We're starting out super light, so you don't have to worry about that right now. Let's go 2 more reps, nice and easy. Good, 1, and 1 more. Good. All right, so the idea is not to rest too long between sets because this is kind of like circuit training.
Right.
So we do is we get up, and then we come on to the next one, which we'll start with, we'll go chest and shoulders. So let's come over to the shoulder press. And have a seat in this one and see where that's set up for you. Okay, so let's drop the seat a little bit. Go ahead and stand up for a second. Yeah, it's a little bit high. Pull that straight out. There you go. So that handle should be slightly above your shoulders.
This is at 40. Should I start at 40 or
what does it feel like? Was it? Just try to push it and see how it feels. Does it feel heavy? Can you do 15 with that?
I can lift it.
Remember, as you go along repetition-wise, it's going to feel heavier and heavier. So let's drop the weight a little bit. Let's put it down. Let's put it down to 20, just so we can get the movements down. We'll go super strong later on.
Right. Let's go.
Hit the powerlifting records later. Good, nice and easy. So you go from chest to shoulders, then we'll go to back. We'll kind of work all the way straight around the upper body like that. How does that feel? Does it feel awkward? Does it feel okay? Okay, good.
I feel okay.
So first thing you do is always set the seat first, and then adjust the weight. And usually, people always say, well, how do you know how much weight to use? Well, you don't. You know what I mean? You start out like sometimes just one plate on there, 10 pounds. See how that feels. Put the 20, how it feels. Eventually, you're going to feel where it's supposed to be.
You should be able to do 15 repetitions without being like super struggling with it.
Right.
At this point, you know. Eventually get up there, you know, eventually that weight stack will go up and up and up and it'll get more and more difficult. Let's go 3 more, nice and easy. Up 3, good. 2 and 1 more. 1, good. All right. So from there, we're gonna go on and do back. So we did chest, shoulders, we'll come over to back. And let's see where this is set here. So your knees go under there. So you sit straight in it with your knees underneath those pads. That looks pretty good there. Okay, go ahead and stand up again so you can grab the bar. And let's go with about a shoulder's width. So a little bit wider than shoulder width. Right, yeah, there you go, right there. Good. So here, you arch your back a little bit. Pull it straight down to where your chin is. Good, that's actually really good form. You know, like most people when they do this, they actually don't have that good a form for the first time. Good. That's it, nice and easy. Good control, perfect. We always want to make sure that we're controlling stuff because you don't want to get injured. If you get injured, you're out of the gym. If you're out of the gym, then that poses a whole other set of issues, you know? Especially when you're on a roll. When you're on a roll and you're doing well and you get injured for some reason, it puts a monkey wrench in your whole plan. That's it, nice and easy, good control. Remember to breathe too, okay? Don't hold your breath. Good. So exhale. Exhale, good. Let's go 3 more, nice and easy. 1. 2 and 1 more. 3, good. All right, let's see what we have here for, we got a row over here too, so we can do another back exercise. Back, when you're pulling down and pulling in, there's 2 different planes of motion.
Okay.
So chest is 1, shoulders is 1, back is 2. Pull down and then a row. So the next one, we call it a row because it looks like you're rowing a boat.
Okay.
Which is this machine over here. And we'll adjust that weight. We'll put on 40 on this one because this is probably going to be pretty light. Rows, you can usually use a lot of weight. So you sit facing in, and your chest goes against that, so it's a chest supported. Feet go up on these little stirrup things over here. You don't have to put them on there. We can also adjust this chest piece too if we had to.
Oh, maybe.
Push that in, pull that up, and push it in. There you go. Now it's there we go. All right. Go ahead and grab a neutral grip. So neutral grip means over here like that. There you go.
Okay.
Then just pull it straight in. Once you're locked into this machine, it's kind of hard to not do it properly. Good. Because of the chest support and where the handles are, and the handles don't move, they're not dynamic, they're just straight and locked in line, it's easy to get in this and not do it improperly. It's easy to do it properly. That's it, nice and easy, Carly. Good control, good. Easy, good. Let's go 3 more, nice and easy from here. 3, 2, and 1 more. 1, good. If you ever do wind up forgetting something, you can come right over here. This is going to tell you everything. This will tell you what it is, a seated row. It's going to show you how to do the movement. It shows you how the arms pull. It also shows you what muscles it works too.
Okay.
So it's got everything on here, but some people, if you've never done it before, that stuff doesn't help at all. You know what I mean? It's only if you've done it before you kind of have a concept of it. So what I noticed is there's really no arm machines here. So what we do is we do arms independently with some dumbbells.
Okay.
Oh, you guys get kettlebells here too. Jeez. I wish I had a gym like this one. We've never had an apartment gym like this. They go up to what, 75? It's pretty good. All right, so let's start with we start with light with maybe 10s. See how those feel? And we'll do 2-arm dumbbell curls. Okay, kind of step back and face into the mirrors.
Face the mirror.
Yep, so you can watch yourself, right? Now, you can start with them down by your sides, which is a neutral grip, so then you learn supination, but we're just learning now. So once you start with your wrists supinated like this, right? Both wrists, yep, both. Start with both from there, and you're gonna curl it straight up
Good, exactly. And what you're doing is you're keeping this arm right here, your elbow always pointing down. And when they come up like this, don't bring them to your chin. There's a lot of people that'll teach you to bring them to your chin.
Okay.
When you bring them to your chin, you start pulling the front delt and stuff. We're just trying to make sure that we're working just the arms this way. So right like that. Go ahead. Nice and easy. But I mean, you're moving fairly well. You know what I mean? Like, this doesn't look like it's a struggle for you at all.
No.
So if you get through one of these circuits and you feel like, oh, that wasn't even that bad, go ahead and go through another circuit. You know, it doesn't have to be one if you're feeling good now. Today I wouldn't do more. I'd see how you feel tomorrow as far as like soreness and stuff like that. Just remember that if you're sore, it could affect your tattooing also.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So you want to make sure that you're not getting to the point where you can't tattoo, you know what I mean? But also you start Thursday work, right? So you have a day off tomorrow before you start, so it's good. So adjusting the workouts around your tattoo schedule also will be important. That's it, nice and easy. Good, bend the knees a little bit. It takes the pressure off your lower back, good. Let's go 4 more, Carly. Nice and easy, 4, good. 3. 2 and 1 more. 1, good. All right, now, so what we're gonna do is from here, we did biceps, we're gonna do triceps now. So we put those dumbbells back over there, and we're gonna grab probably, let's just grab like a 15, which is right below it, just 1.
Okay.
All right, and you're gonna make the diamond cutter. So both hands, I have to put the camera down to show you. So, yep, first get your grip. It's on the bottom of it.
Doesn't matter,
Yep,
both
towards
hands?
you. Yep, so
Oh,
towards
like at the bottom here.
To the bottom, yep. Now pick it up, onto the shoulder if you want to, and then flip it upside down. So it's hang on 1 second.
Like this. Okay. Kind of hold on the bottom like this. As you bring it up, flip it upside down.
That's why
right?
you're saying.
Then push it up, get in the position over your head.
Yeah.
Then down, squeeze. Good. 1, 2,
You go all the way up?
3, yep. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, good. 9, 10. Is it burning?
I feel it.
Good. 11, let's go 1 more. 12, good. You bring it back to the shoulder. Once it's up, then you bring it back down. Now the reason why we're doing like to the shoulder first, you can probably just take that thing and put it up over your head.
Right.
What happens when you start getting heavier dumbbells, you have to go like from your leg
To your
to
shoulder.
your shoulder and adjust, and then get it up over your head.
Right.
So I'm kind of teaching you the habits now.
Yeah.
So that
It's
later
better,
on,
it's better that way.
All right. Now let's hit some leg extensions, and I think leg curls are over there. So we grab the camera.
All right, so that's the leg extension right here.
Okay.
Let's take this thing off this. All right, so have you done leg extensions before? It's very, very easy.
A
So
few times.
you sit inside the machine. Let's see where the seat is.
Just sit, or do you want me to put the legs
Yep,
inside?
put it right underneath there.
Oh, put them on there.
Yep, put them inside there. Sit up there, let's check the seat. Okay, the seat looks good. Now take from your knee to your calf, your knee to your ankle, I'm sorry, and extend your leg straight up.
Yeah?
Just like that, that's it. Very easy movement. How does that weight feel?
I mean, I feel it's heavy. But
Is it heavy? Take one off, or put it down 1. There we go. Just trust me, just this little bit is going to get your body to respond. You don't have to go heavy right off the bat.
Right.
Like your body's going to be like, what the fuck? It's not sure what is going on right now, you know?
I really don't want to hurt myself either. So.
Yeah, like I said, getting injured is going to keep you out. It's going to be even worse. Like the muscles are being worked in a different way. So muscles work in different ranges of motion. They work in different angles. Like your body's constantly in movement. So as you're starting to do these exercises, these are not necessarily movements that your body's used to doing.
Yeah.
So it's confusing. It's like if I tried to swing a bat and I was a quarterback, I wouldn't swing the bat as efficiently as I would throw the football. But if I really spent time swinging the bat, I get more efficient at swinging the bat. So your body will become its function and eventually get very efficient at doing these exercises too. Good, let's go 5 more. Nice and easy, Carly. That's it. 2, that's it. Are they burning?
Are they burning?
Yeah, your legs? Okay. Let's go 2 more. 1 more. 1, good. Usually the quadriceps for me and most of the people I know are the ones that burn the most when you're training.
Yeah.
They just, it's a big muscle, there's a lot of energy it takes to move them, and that lactic acid builds up pretty fast.
Right.
So you hit legs and then you come over here and we do the leg curl, which you actually, it's pretty cool that you guys have the seated leg curl, because the laying one is, I like the laying one, but I like the seated curl a lot better. So this one, same thing, you sit inside of it, you're gonna put the, hang on, so pull this pin out right here,
Okay.
and then lift that whole thing up. Right there. Now when you sit inside it, then you can change the pin when you get inside. So your feet go up on this one instead of
On
underneath
top of
it.
this?
Yep. So start with your right leg first. There you go. And then pull the pin. Nope, this pin right here. The one for the seat, right?
This one is for the seat?
Right, this one. Pull that one out, and that's going to drop down again.
Drop down to where?
Drop this thing that's going to go back down. The seat. See where the seat is hanging. We're going to put the seat back a little bit because that thing's supposed to sit on your thighs. Seat's forward a little bit. So let's pull the seat back a little bit. Here, just push the seat. Push it towards me. This way. There you go. All right. Make sure that's locked in. Now when you pull that pin out, to drop that, it should sit more in your legs. There you go. See how it sits in your thighs like that?
Yeah, that's fine.
But usually get the, there you go. That's the hard way to do it, but it's your own way. All you do is basically curl your legs underneath you. Curl your heels to your butt. That's it. So when you get in the leg extension, the leg curl machines, they're pretty much only so many ways you can do it. And pretty much once you're in there, you're locked in there. Nice and easy. Remember not to hold your breath. I mean, you don't have to have any specific cadence. I know some trainers like to teach them how to breathe. I just try to remember to breathe.
Yeah.
You know, because different people, they get more concerned with the breathing than the actual exercise because they're trying to do a certain type of breathing. As long as you're breathing and not holding your breath, that's all I really worry about. If you hold your breath, you will pass out, and it's just a strange feeling, you know? Because when you come to, you'll be sitting in this machine, and it's like, what the fuck? That's it, nice and easy curl. Let's go 3 more. 3. 2 and 1 more. 1, good. Now to get out of the machine, pull that pin again. Yep, just like that. Yep, pull that out and then lift that thing up. And take your legs right out. Good deal. So that would be a whole body circuit. So how does that feel? Do you feel a little loose, a little limber, a little tight?
That was nothing, but I feel that.
So that's exactly what you want to feel. Like after every workout, feel like that. Like not so taxed that you feel like you're gonna pass out. Not so weak that you feel like you overdid it and like your muscles are shaky. You just want to say, you'll feel, it's like a pump is what it's called. But you feel a little bit of tightness in the muscles, a little bit of pain while you're doing it. When you're done, you know, give it about 15, 20 minutes, you know, go upstairs and have a meal, sit down, drink some water, you know. You can bring some water with you in here. They probably have a water fountain into this place is so fancy.
Oh, there's a water fountain over there too.
There's one over there, there's one up there. Yeah, there's water fountains everywhere. So, you know, drinking water is obviously important, but doing these movements consistently and, you know, staying on a schedule. So if you start tattooing Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, doing this Monday would be good. Monday, Wednesday before, Monday and Wednesday, and then Friday maybe before you go into tattooing, do a spin through here. So you try to get it in 3 times a week. And as you're training with weights, it speeds up your metabolism more than it does with cardio. Like they've shown, there's tons of studies that you can read about that tell you weight training burns more calories than cardio does. But it's not so much just what you're doing in the gym, it's the way that the muscle recovers afterwards from weight training the days that it takes to recover, your metabolism is actually faster then. And the goal is to build muscle, and it doesn't mean like become a bodybuilder, but even if you built 2 pounds of muscle, your metabolism, your resting metabolism is going to be even faster.
Yeah.
If it's faster, the weight comes off faster, and you're able to maintain your weight faster.
Yeah,
you know?
that'll be ideal.
Do you have any questions about this stuff, or?
No, I just probably have to go through it again.
Yeah.
At least just so I can remember each step. And when we do this only once, or?
So like today we did it once, right?
Yeah.
So we'll go through again after we shut the camera off just to make sure we know everything.
Yeah.
But today I wouldn't do it again. I would wait until today's Tuesday. Maybe Thursday I'd come in, do a whole one again,
Yeah.
then see how you feel. If you feel just like this, call it a day. But if you go through and you're like, I don't even really feel anything, then do the second one. Like you have to feel it, and like you know your body. So if you feel like it's not enough, or let's say you come in here like the leg one, you were really feeling the leg extension, right?
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, that one really, really hurt. Well, maybe that one you skip in the second round. You go through and you just do chest, shoulders, back, hamstrings, arms, but you don't do legs because that one you felt more. You know what I mean? There's no rules. You can adjust it based on what you're feeling.
Yeah.
But the first one you come in, run through the whole circuit. If you feel good, run through another circuit. And see how you feel after that. Usually right now, I don't think more than 2 is very good. I think it'd be fine for a few weeks, maybe 2 or 3 weeks.
Okay.
Then 3 circuits. Once you get to the point of 3 circuits and that's easy, I'll come back in and what we'll do is we'll go through we'll actually do a split, what they call it a split, which we start doing like chest on one day, shoulders on this day, stuff like that. We can change the workouts because you have all the weights and stuff here. Yeah. So like we can do free weight, full different splits and stuff with the weights.
Should I introduce cardio in between?
For now, no. Just go through the strength training, and then if you're gonna do cardio, I would do the strength training first. Like I can do the graph, which I love that graph. But basically, when you're doing cardio before you do your weight training, so you're not gonna be burning a whole lot of fat while you're doing the cardio first. What's gonna happen is you're gonna burn off a lot of carbohydrates and glycogen that's in your blood. Then when you go to try to train with weights, because the glycogen is low, it's harder for your body to pull energy and you feel less energy during the workout. So when you come in, if you do the weights first, you have all that glycogen, you feel good, and as the glycogen starts to get depleted, then you hit the treadmill afterwards.
Okay.
Because it's a lower intensity type of workout.
All right.
Okay? So let's do a wrap up and then we'll go through one more set. All right, so we went through Carly's workout, and how do you feel right now? Still feel the legs the most?
Oh, I feel the
legs the most. So anybody that's watching right now, right? Is that thing crooked? That camera's so crooked. Hang on, let's uncrooked it.
There you go.
And I don't do second takes. I do everything real time. So that'll stand there. So everybody that's watching right now, if they're in a spot that you're in, right? What would you have to say to them right now if they're thinking about making a change like you are, but they just feel like they can't for whatever reason?
It's all in the mind. You're the only one that can stop yourself, and you're the one that can push into motion to make things happen. Sometimes, you get like little obstacles in life that will present. We don't want to go around it. We want to climb that obstacle and go through the other side. So yeah, only you can stop yourself.
Would you say this is one of the biggest obstacles that you've ever had to overcome so far in your life?
Oh, absolutely.
Really?
Well, I mean, having anxiety is another big obstacle. But in between those two, if you put them together, yeah, that's hell of an obstacle that I'm willing to climb and conquer, for sure.
So do you have a time frame is there a time frame where you're like, well, I want to drop 10 pounds by this time or 20 pounds, or is it just, I just want to keep going and,
I don't
keep moving forward?
I don't want to give myself a time frame, because like when you give yourself a time frame, I think that once you get there, you can't move. Not necessarily you have to lack, but you feel sort of like, oh, you did it, and that's it. And I don't want to feel that way. I want to keep going.
So yeah, that's actually important what he said, because a lot of people, they go, well, I got 12 weeks, on my diet or whatever. And when you get to 12 weeks, or let's say they get a certain weight, they get to that weight and they're like, oh, I'm done, and they go back to their old habits again, and they reverse everything.
And that's why I want to give myself a time frame, because I want to change my life. I don't want to change my life for a short period and then fall back into my old habits. I want to change it because I want to be here longer for my kids and for my wife. So,
Wife and kids are a big motivator. We're going to do one more round on here. We're not going to film it because you guys already saw it. So Carly, you're on your way, man.
trying.
We'll keep up to date with Carly. What we're going to do is we're going to come back periodically. We're going to keep up with them. You guys out there that watch, that understand what he's talking about and going through, chime in below. You know what I mean? Chime in below and, of course, show him some support. But remember, like, if you guys are looking for a tattooing and you live in the area, this is the guy that does all my work. I just don't trust anybody to do it, And I'll be honest with you, when you asked for my help, I was actually shocked when you thought that I wouldn't support the weight loss thing, because here's the deal, like, everything is a tool for people. Just because I don't necessarily need it or would want it or use it or whatever. If I was in your position, I try to put myself in your shoes and say, okay, if I was Carly, how would I feel? What would I do? And I said, well, I would do whatever I had to do. What I mean? Like, whatever that choice is. So I appreciate you trusting me and coming forward and being personal and opening and up to me and stuff like that. I mean, like, it means a lot. Our relationship's been great over the years, like you said. And I'm honored that you actually asked me to help you with this part of your journey, because there's not a whole lot of shit that I know about. I know very little about very little, but the only thing I know about is this stuff. So without being able to help people like Carly and friends of mine and stuff like that, then it's no good at all. Like, it doesn't do me any good if I can't help people. So we're gonna go through this rest of this workout and check in with Carly soon. And this is day number 1 of GIFD Lifestyle, Carly Corpse. Actually, why don't we tell them the Carly Corpse thing?
Oh, God, joke.
Is it really?
So my real name, honestly, is Juan Carlos. I'm from Puerto Rico, right? So when you're Juan Carlos, everybody in Puerto Rico, you most likely will either call you Juanqui or Carly. My mom, God bless her, she gave me Carly. So back in the day when I was playing in bands, MySpace was a big thing. I gave myself the name of Carly Corpse because I don't know, I was just young, whatever. And then I started tattooing. I kept the Carly Corpse because that's how everybody knew me. When I became, I guess, a real tattooer, you say, I wanted to give myself I want to use my real name, Juan Carlos Santiago. And so it happens that in Puerto Rico there's a lot of pretty decent tattooers with the same name. So when I did that change, everybody thought that I was copying them. When in reality I just wanted to be myself. But me being me, I was like, you know what, fuck it. I'm just gonna keep the fake name Carly Corpse, and that sort of became the forever joke. Which, you know what, at the end of the day, I'm happy with that. Fuck it. I am where I am today with that name. But yeah, Carly.
I remember when I walked in, I actually got the cross from my grandmother. That was the first tattoo that Carly did. And I walked in, and Carly was the one tattooing. And I says, anybody here? I was walking, and I says, anybody here? They said, yeah, Carly is. Here's his book. Like, they had the books and stuff. It said Carly Corpse. And I was like, Carly Corpse? I'm like, what the hell? So then when it was time, he was done with the other time, he comes out. He's like smiling and stuff. I'm like, this is the guy named Corpse? And I was like, he's too happy to be named Corpse.
I like to have fun.
All right, man, let's roll. You ready?
Oh,
let's
yeah.
do it.